Wow, looking so dashing. 너무 멋지세요. 안녕하세요, 김선호 씨.
네, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Wow, it is truly delightful for us to have you in Kuala Lumpur. So Kuala Lumpur 배우님을 여기서 만나보니까 너무 환영합니다. 너무 기쁩니다.
감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. Wow, everybody, you're just 환영합니다. 네, 배우님, 이곳의 배우님 만나기 위해 참석한 관계자분들에게, 기자분들에게 인사 좀 부탁드립니다.
아빠자마들. 안녕하세요. 저는 배우 김선호고요. 오늘 이렇게 만나뵙게 돼서 진심으로 감사하고 기분이 굉장히 좋습니다. 귀한 발걸음 해주셔서 감사해요.
I'm Kim Seonho, and it's really an honor for me to be here. Thank you for making your time and make a good time here today in Kuala Lumpur. Okay. 자, 여기 이제 앉아서 난 얘기 들어볼까요? 사진 찍어야죠. You want some photos? Of course, 네, 사진 포토 타임 좀 가지도록 하겠습니다. 네, okay, so let's on the left side 왼쪽 먼저. 네, on the left side first. 그리고 가운데, on the middle. 네, cheese, smile.
하트 주세요.
하트. 네, 하트는 let's give a heart shape. And on the right side, please. 네, 오른쪽으로 가주세요. Alright, 네, 감사합니다. Okay, everybody has your photos already? 네, 앉으시죠. 네, 앉겠습니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 김선호 씨. 네,
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Okay, now everybody is super excited to have you here in Malaysia, right? So I think you understand. So we want to know, how do you feel now that you're in Malaysia for the first time, right? 말레이시아 첫 방문이신데 소감이 어떠신지?
일단 기분이 너무 좋고요. 저 진짜 첫 방문인데 너무 환영해 주셔서 또 이번에도 올 때 너무 기분이 좋았어요. 그리고 날씨도 너무 좋아서 지금 한국이 좀 덥거든요. 근데 여기 시원해가지고 또 깜짝 놀랐고요. 어쨌든 또 맛있는 음식 먹고 또 팬분들 만나는 생각하니까 기분이 설레고 기대됩니다.
This is his first time in Malaysia, but it really made him very happy when he came yesterday. I think there were a lot of fans who were waiting for him, but also I think he's looking forward to the food here. The weather is apparently really good to him because the weather in Korea is really warm now, right? So that's why he's looking forward to meeting a lot of fans and eating a lot of good food as well. I think that's one thing that we take pride in, right? And of course, besides that, so now you talk about food, right? Have you tried any Malaysian food, like maybe nasi lemak, you heard of it, or roti canai since, arriving here? 네, 어제 도착하신 걸로 알고 있는데 그 짧은 시간 안에서도 혹시 로티 차나이나 나시 레막 같은 말레이시아 음식 먹어보셨는지?
이따가 부탁드려가지고 나시르맛 맞죠? 나시르맛 이거 먹고 싶어가지고 부탁드렸고요. 아직 많이 못 먹어봤어요. 바쿠테, 챈돌 얘기를 들었는데 가서 먹어보도록 하겠습니다. 또 먹고 후기 꼭 말씀해 주세요.
네, 후기 꼭 말씀해 주세요. 네, so basically he is interested in the nasi lemak for now, so he's actually requested to try the nasi lemak just before the fan meeting like that. But he's also heard of things like the bakute and the chendol, so that's what's intriguing him a little bit. But as for nasi lemak, he will try it, and hopefully maybe in the fan meeting he will tell us what he actually thinks about dish. Okay, I think we all kind of excited, right? Nasi lemak is like 대표적인 음식이에요, nasi lemak 말레이시아에서. 그래서 꼭 드셔보셔야 돼요.
감사합니다.
네, he definitely has to eat it. Okay. Now, of course, moving on to Malaysia, moving on from Malaysia, I think we're all also very interested in your work. Okay, so first of all, your big screen debut, The Child, 귀공자. It is the top 10 movie in the charts of Malaysia's cinema. Can we give a round of applause for that? Top 10? That's crazy. So now, I want to know, what do you think is the charm of the movie? Okay, 배우님이 출연하신 영화 귀공자, 말레이시아에서 영화 탑 10 안에 들었습니다. 와, 너무 어마어마하죠. 이 영화의 매력은 무엇이라고 생각하시는지?
일단 그렇게 생각보다 어렵지 않고 쉽고 또 빨리 볼 수 있는 영화라서 장점이라고 생각하고요. 또 이렇게 와서 보니까 응원해주시는 팬분들도 계시고 해서 더 힘을 받지 않았나 생각합니다.
So basically, he thinks it's a movie that's quite easygoing. You don't really have to squeeze your brain a lot. It's quite a direct and straightforward kind of movie. Very easy to watch. So maybe also because the fans are really supportive of his activities. That's why he thinks maybe that's why it's really working so well. And of course, I know Malaysian fans love you so much. Malaysian fans are always, where's Kim Seonho 오빠? When is he coming to Malaysia? 네, 김 Seonho 언제 말레이시아 오신다고 계속 많이 묻더라고요. 네, of course, moving on also, I think since you say it's such a straightforward movie, right? So then I would want to know, to you, what is the most memorable scene from the movie The Child? Oh, memorable scene. 배우님이 영화 데뷔작 귀공자에서 가장 기억에 남는 씬이 있다면 네, 어떤 씬인가요?
일단 그래도 마지막에 엔딩에 액션 씬이 있어요. 그 액션이 있는데 그 장면이 다 같이 고생하고 다 같이 힘들었기 때문에 또 감독님이 워낙 자신 있게 잘 만들어 주셔서 멋있게 그게 가장 기억에 남습니다. 네.
So if you guys haven't watched The Child yet, so he thinks that the one that's most memorable to him is the last scene in the movie, because if you guys have watched it, at the end there's an action scene where everyone is coming together to find a solution to a problem, right? So that action scene to him is most memorable because the director has also put in a lot of effort to make it great. If you guys haven't watched it, it's one where they're going through a resolution where he's trying to, save this person, but actually at the end there's a lot of surprise. So if you haven't watched it, you should go and watch it already. 저도 개인적으로 봤는데 너무 재밌게 봤어요. 네, 맞아요. 재밌게 아니에요. 그거죠. 네. Then of course, so we really enjoyed The Child. For those of you who watched it, but I know that you have an upcoming movie called The Tyrant. Okay, The Tyrant. Exactly, I know, right? So I want to know, what was the experience for it? Because as far as I know, both of these movies are produced by the same director, Mr. Park Kun-jung, right? So 배우님이 출연하신 영화 귀공자, 아까 말씀해 주셨지만 개인적으로 너무 재밌게 봤는데 이제 앞으로 나올 폭군이라는 영화가 더더욱 기대가 됩니다. 네, 그래서 박군정 감독님과 이 호흡을 맞춘 경험이 어떠셨는지. 네.
일단 제가 존경하는 감독님이라 너무 기분이 좋았고 또 함께해서 즐거웠고요. 그리고 다시 한번 불러주셨다는 거에 대해서 이제 저한테 의미가 컸고 또 제 배우로서의 또 목표가 있다면 다음 작품에도 같이 하고 싶은 배우가 되지 않았는데 감독님 불러주셔서 진짜 기분이 좋았어요. 그리고 귀공자보다 폭군이 오히려 기획을 받는 데 있어서 되게 수월했던 것 같아요. 한번 경험했다 보니까. 그래서 굉장히 빠르고 그냥 귀공자보다도 더 즐겁게 촬영하고 잘 마무리했습니다. 기대해주세요.
So basically, it is really an honor to him that, even though after The Child they worked on the first project together, now they are doing the second project together again, and the director actually has mentioned that Mr. Kim Seonho here is someone that he wants to work together with again. And now that he's on the second project with him, he feels that when it comes to the directing, he's been able to absorb all the directing a lot easier because now they've worked together. A lot of the things have been smoother, and it's just been a much more enjoyable experience compared to The Child, right? So I think that is quite good because we all know once we've done it, we kind of get used to the person. It's kind of nice, right? Yeah. So that is what he was saying. But I know that he plays a lot of roles, Mrs. Kim Seonho. You play a lot of roles when it comes to different things. And is it easy to really shed a role? Sometimes your role sticks with you. So after playing a particular character, maybe I want to ask, which character has stayed with you for the longest time? And I think what it means is that 특정 캐릭터를 연기한 후 이 캐릭터에서 헤어나는 것이 쉬운 건지, 그리고 어떤 역할을 가장 여운이 오래 남았는지 말씀해 주셨으면. 홍반장?
맞아요. 홍반장 진짜 많이 남았고 여운이 남았고요. 근데 이제 그런 게 있어요. 나오는 거보다 들어가는 게 더 힘들 것 같아요. 그래서 그 역할에 들어갔을 때까지가 굉장히 오랜 시간이 걸리고 좀 힘들었는데 들어간 후부터는 그 인물을 연기를 하죠. 그리고 나올 때는 생각보다 파워는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 안 그러면 건강한 배우 생활을 할 수 없다고 생각해요. 그 작품에 너무 몰입해서 일상이 너무 묻어나면 홍 관장이 되게 좋은 캐릭터였지만 마지막에 이제 슬픈 연기들을 계속했어요. 그래서 그게 계속 일상에도 묻어있으면 건강하지 못할까봐 항상 모든 캐릭터들 좀 털어버리려고 노력하는 편입니다.
Okay, so basically, is it easy to shed a role? To him, it is much easier to shed a role than to immerse in a role. Because when you immerse in a role, it's harder to get into the character, and of course, to come out of it, to him, it's much healthier to come out of it very, very quickly. Because, for example, like the character Hong Ban-jang, if you notice, throughout the drama, he was very jovial, very positive, but towards the end, it was a very sad character for him. So for something like that, for him to stay in that character for too long, it will also not be too healthy. So that's why for him, it's very easy to just shed a character. It's just the immersing that is the problem for him usually. Alright? So that is. 근데 김소호 씨 자체가 홍반장인 것 같아요, 저희한테.
감사합니다.
Yeah, I was telling him that I think he is 홍반장 himself. He doesn't need to come out organic, right? Do you all agree? 네, 그렇죠. 드리블 같이.
감사해요.
너무 잘하셨죠? 근데 그거 아세요? 말레이시아 분들이 한국말 되게 잘하시네요.
그러니까 지금 내가 사실은 믿기지가 않아요. 너무 앞에 지금 잘하고 계시고 그래서 이게 영광이에요. 저도 말레이시아 좀 배워야 되는데 맞아요.
천천히.
다시 와요.
사양은 아끼는
자기야.
아끼다는 것도 있지만 그 자기야라는 자기야.
저 한국에서는 사양이라는 말이
네, 사양.
거절한다라는
네.
거죠.
So okay.
그래서 제가
아니. So okay, I give a little bit of context for those who don't understand. Okay, so basically I was telling him that Malaysians actually speak quite good Korean, and then so he says that because of that I noticed. So that's why he wants to try and speak more Malaysian as well. So now right here in front we have our media friends here who's trying to teach him the word sayang. So I'm trying to tell him what sayang means, but he says in Korean, sayang하다, sayang actually means to reject. So that's why he feels a little weird when you kept saying sayang, like sayang. It feels a little weird. No. So you like him, right?
아니 딕션이 되게 좋으신데
Your diction is very good. Your pronunciation is very, very good. Okay? That's very good. That's why 그래서 네, 잘합니다.
네, 네.
Okay?
감사합니다.
Of course, when it comes to back to the story, so if there's a lot of characters that you play, I say, but I want to know which do you find most challenging, right? So you act on the theater stage, he does plays, you film movies, you film dramas. I want to know which one is the most challenging. So 배우님이 정말 많은 분야에서 연기하시는데 연극, 영화, 드라마 많은 것을 하시는데 그리고 그 중에서 어떤 것이 더 어려우신지
이게
있을까요?
이게 사실은 뭐 어떤 게 힘들다라기보다 무단 힘들어요. 진짜 이게 왜냐면 그 순간에 내가 그 몰입을 한다는 그 장점이자 또 그게 힘든 게 앞에서 연극이라는 건 무대 위에서 관객이랑 소통해야 되는데 실수가 있으면 안 되잖아요. 실수가 실수지 않게 집중력을 굉장히 필요로 하죠. 물론 뭐 영화나 드라마도 마찬가지지만 그런 것들 집중하는 걸 끝까지 이어간다 오랜 시간 동안 그런 것도 힘들고 또 연극과 드라마와 영화는 또 표정 하나 섬세하게 다 잡아내기 때문에 또 그 순간의 집중을 고도의 집중을 요하는 게 있어요. 그러니까 어느 것 하나 쉽다고 할 수는 없고요. 또 그냥 이렇게 얘기하면 되려나 연기 자체가 쉽지가 않습니다.
So to just summarize everything, acting itself is already very difficult to him, of course, but of course it's something I know that he really enjoys. But if he had to say, right, like when it comes to theater, when it comes to acting on stage, you have to communicate with your audience, your live audience. You need to engage with them the whole time. You have to communicate every single thing, as opposed to, filming a drama, filming a movie. The camera captures all your emotions very clearly, so you don't really have to think too much about it. But of course, at the end, it's not to say that anything is easier. There's nothing is easier. So that's why he just summarized it as just acting itself is tough. It's hard. It's a challenge all the time. Yeah. So I think that is quite fair, right? Because I think on stage you need to have big actions. 네, 연극을 하시면 약간 큰 동작을 하시고 약간 조금 더 드라마틱하게 연기하셔야 하는데, right? You have to be more dramatic. So that's why I think 네, 그래서 연기는 쉬운 일이 아닙니다.
네, 뭐 하나 그냥 쉬운 게 없습니다.
Nothing is easy. 네, 배우님 너무 대단하십니다. 어떠세요? 수고하셨어요.
감사해요.
Okay, now of course, now I know there's nothing easy in this world, but okay, Mr. Kim 배우님, I want to know, you've done so many roles, we've talked about what is hard, what is easy, but what is your favorite role in the play itself, right? 연극에서 가장 좋아하는 역할이 무엇인지.
그래도 물론 다 사랑하는 역할이지만 최근에 터칭 더 보이드라는 역할을 했어요. 근데 거기서 조심슨이라는 역할을 했는데 사라가 등반을 하다가 조난을 당해요. 다리를 부상을 입고 혼자서 그 역경을 헤쳐나가는 얘기인데, 아무래도 정말 제가 영화, 드라마, 연극 통틀어서 연습 동안을 합치면 땀을 제일 많이 흘렸던 공연인 것 같아요. 그 산악을 올라가는 과정, 그리고 조난을 당해서 다리가 다친 상태에서 기어다니는 거, 이런 걸 하면서 그렇다 보니까 좀 더 애정이 가고, 또 마지막 최근에 했던 작품이라 더 캐릭터가 사랑스럽습니다.
Okay, so basically he's done a lot of different things, but just specifically to the theaters, there's this theater that he just recently went, it's called Touching the Void. So there's a certain scene where his leg is injured, and there are certain scenes where he has to act where he's crawling and is injured, and all of those scenes, it really took a lot of time for him to rehearse and really make it perfect. So that's why it is really one of, to him, the toughest, but also he enjoyed that process the most, and that's why maybe to him there's a lot of work has been done as compared to in total in his whole career. So that's why it is to him the most enjoyable and the most memorable one to him in that role. Touching the Void, you guys should check it out. It's a really cool one where he's like climbing things and things like that. So I think it's really enjoyable. Do check that out. Touching the Void, okay? Now that is the role that he's enjoyed the most when it comes to theaters. But of course, I think we want to know. You said Touching the Void is your favorite character, that character, but maybe in movies, which character did you like the most? In the whole of your career, is it still the Touching the Void career, or which one? 지금까지 연기했던 역할 중에서 아까 말씀하셨던 Touching the Void라는 역할을인지, 그리고 어떤 캐릭터를 가장 좋아하시는지 아까 말씀하셨던.
네네. 아무래도 그 캐릭터를 가장 애정하고 사랑하죠. 네, 캐릭터. 또 심슨이라는 역할을 진짜 많이 사랑하고, 그렇습니다. 근데 뭐 장르 연극에서.
So basically, we already asked this question, but basically he did mention that it is the character that we just talked about just now when it comes to the void. 근데 그러면 드라마 중에서 어떤 역할이 가장 좋아하시는지?
드라마요? 드라마에서 어떤 역할을 좋아했다기보다 그런 거 있어요. 해보고 싶은 역할이 있는데
okay.
장르가 있는데, 이제 제가 홍반장으로 평범한 역할을 했잖아요. 평범한 사람 중에 행복한 역할. 그래서 한때는 친절한 살인마를 꿈꿔보기도 했었는데 또 기공자로 다시 했거든요. 그때 하면서 그리고 또 폭군이라는 역할로 되게 정적이면서 고위직 그 간부의 역할을 하고 뭐 프로젝트를 진행시키는 역할인데, 그러면서 또 다시 그런 걸 느꼈어요. 홍반장처럼 이제 이번에는 아예 바닷가 많고 동네 옆집 사람인데 그냥 소소한 일들이 벌어지는 얘기를 하면 또 재밌게 그때와 다른 느낌으로 할 수 있겠다라는 생각을 해봤어요.
So basically, because we already asked him which character he liked the most, and because he answered the one in Touching the Void, so now I wanted to change the question a little bit to, then which drama did you like the most? Right? So then he actually said, instead of which character that I like the most playing in the drama, it is more about what kind of, maybe he said, what kind of character do I want to play in future? And basically, you know, he's done the nice boy, the Hongbanjang, the hometown cha-cha-cha character. And then suddenly he was like, what if I played a creepy assassin? Then he got to do it in Kuigongja, the child. And then he was like, okay, what if I did like a really high-ranking position situation? And then now he's doing it in The Tyrant. So as a director, and he's you know, going through a little project, he's executing a project in the movie. So he's also done that. So now he's like, now I think I want to just be a boy next door kind of situation. Maybe not in the beach side like hometown cha-cha-cha, but maybe, you know, just your neighborhood friendly neighbor kind of guy. Someone who plays a very ordinary life. I think we all want to see him in an ordinary life. 평범한 캐릭터를 그 연기하신 게 가장 뛰어난 것 같아요, 저한테.
네, 저도 그런 걸 좋아하고 또 하면서 행복한 것 같습니다.
He actually likes playing those characters as well, okay? So that is it. And then of course, you know, I think your schedule is extremely packed. 너무 바쁘신데, are there any things that you do to really ease your mind, relax, control your body a little bit so it won't be, you know, affected by so much work? 배우님이 워낙 바쁜 일정을 소화하고 계신데 이런 바쁜 일정에 휩쓸리지 않도록 그 몸과 마음을 유지하는 방법이 특별히 있으신지 자기만의 방법.
네, 그 맨날 하는 얘기인데 산책 좋아하세요? 걷는 거? 네, 다들 산책하면서 생각을 정리하고 조금 중도를 지키려고 해요. 좋은 일이 있을 때도, 나쁜 일이 있을 때도 중간, 그러니까 좋은 일이 있을 때는 너무 들뜨지 말자 하면서 혼자 즐기고, 또 안 좋은 일이 있을 때는 또 그걸 어떻게 또 좋게 또 리마인드 하고 또 하는지, 뭐 어떻게 계획을 해야 되는지를 정리하는 것 같아요. 근데 실제로 산책이 도움이 많이 다들 된다고 하시더라고요. 네, 그래서 그렇게 하고 있습니다. 네.
So to really relax and really maintain, you know, the emotional state of mind and everything, what he likes to do is he likes to take a walk. So even when it's hard, even when it's easy, even when it's happy or sad, I think the solution to everything to him is really to walk. Because when you walk, you can think about how to solve this problem, or you know, you can sort of reflect a little bit, remind yourself about how things are. So that is why he thinks walking is really good, and he also knows that just walking as a habit is really good as well. So I think we're really encouraging everybody to walk. 산책 좀 하세요. 많이 하세요. Do a little bit more walks, and I think that will be good for us as well. Okay, I think it's really a great advice that I will put into my pocket as well. 저도 네, 기억하겠습니다. 네. Okay, besides that, you know, I know that when you are traveling, you definitely have some items that you always put in your bag. So we want to know, what are the 3 essential items that you will bring when you travel and why? 배우님이 여행을 가실 때 꼭 챙겨가는 3가지 아이템. 네, 무엇인지, 그리고 이유도 말씀해 주세요.
네, 그 어쨌든 제가 근래에는 막 여행을 막 많이 다닌 적 없는데, 저는 이 팬분들 만나러 이렇게 해외에 다니잖아요. 그러면 전 이것도 너무 좋은 경험이 여행이라고 생각하거든요. 그래서 근데 그것 중에 가장 꼭 챙기는 거 하나가 줄로 된 이어폰이 있어요. 그거가 왜냐면 충전을 따로 하기가 여행에 가서는 좀 힘드니까 그거 하나, 그리고 탕수 조그만 거 하나 챙기고요. 그리고 아이패드가 꼭 있어요. 왜냐면 그 사이사이 이제 비행기 안에서 뭐 영화도 보고 대본도 또 읽는 대본도 보고 하면서 이렇게 시간을 보내는 것 같아요. 그렇게 사실 가방에서 딱 잡는 거 꺼냈는데 그 세 개가 나왔어요. 네. 향수는 제가 이제 걷고 운동할 때 항상 이제 뿌리거든요. 네, 그래서.
Okay, so there's 3 essential items. So he's saying that he doesn't travel that much, but recently because he's going around to meet the fans and whatnot, he realized that when he's just looking into his bag, there are a couple of 3 items that he actually brings around. The first item is actually earphones with the strings. So we don't walk around with the wireless. That's why I asked him, "Are you sure the ones with the strings?" Because he says you don't need to charge it. You always have it ready, 맞죠? Yeah, because you always don't have to charge your earphones. I think that's quite smart. Aesthetic. 보기가 좋대요. 네. And also the iPad because when he's traveling, he can watch movies, he can do his thing. And also the last one was 향수, which is perfume. Okay, perfume is because I was like, why perfume? It's because he said maybe he likes to exercise, he's doing a lot of things, so it's just to keep himself refreshed. So, oh, okay, so that is the one. He has the one thing. So you're Mr. Kim Seonho's younger brother? 동생. What kind of scent do you like? 어떤 향 좋아하시지?
안 가리고 다 좋아합니다. 제가 이 특정 향기를 얘기하면 선물 주실까봐 겁나서 왜냐면 저는 제가
So basically, he likes all kinds of scent, but specifically he doesn't want to say a single scent and then you give him that kind of scent. So generally he just likes perfumes, okay? And of course, there's all those kind of things. But before we wrap up, I think we'll just have a couple more questions, okay? So you said you like perfume. That means you exercise and do all the things, but that means you're kind of active, right? What activities do you do during your free time? 배우님이 여유 시간에 어떤 활동을 하는 것을 좋아하실지?
뭐 기본적으로 이제 체력 때문에 웨이트를 하죠. 그냥 웨이트하고 그리고 이제 남는 시간에 요즘에 자꾸 드리려고 하는 습관은 글을 보려고 해요. 왜냐면 대본을 얼마 전에 읽었는데 왜 이렇게 대본 보는 속도가 느려졌지? 이렇게 돼가지고 아침에 눈 뜨면 진짜 10분이라도 펼쳐서 혹은 아이패드로 뭘 봅니다. 이렇게 보고 뭐 이런 여가 시간에는 보통 다들 집 정리하시잖아요. 그래서 저는 이제 부모님이랑 같이 사니까 어머니가 다른 거는 해주시는데 제가 이제 집안 침구류나 혹은 뭐 정리, 뭐 샤워실 이런 거 정리하고요. 그리고 책 보고 뭐 산책하고 다 똑같은 거 하는 것 같아요. 옆집
딱 그 느낌이네요. Okay, so basically I asked what activities do you like to do during your free time? So he's like, okay, of course number one, maybe weights. He likes to sort of for exercise. He does weights as well. But of course, the second one was, he also said that he's trying to read more because when he realized he's reading the script, it's always like he feels like he's getting a little bit slow. So he's trying to read more so that he can be faster in the script. And of course, just like anyone else, just cleaning up the house. 집 정리. So basically, it's just trying to keep things here and there. It's just like he said, it's just like everyone else. I do that. So those are the things that he does when it comes to free time. And maybe we do have one last question, okay? Just one last 질문. When you think of your fans, what comes to your mind, okay? 팬들을 생각하면 바로 무엇이 떠오르실지.
저는 근데 진짜 단어로 얘기하면 웃음이 떠오르니까 웃는 모습. 항상 저를 보고 웃어주시잖아요, 그죠? 그래서 너무 그 웃는 모습들이 하나하나 다 다르고 예쁘듯이 팬분들 하면 일단 저를 향해서 웃어주시고 반가워해 주시는 그런 게 떠올라요. 근데 일단 감사하고 고마운 마음이 우선이죠. 그리고 제가 배우로 바로 설 수 있게 해주시는 것도 팬분들이라고 생각하기 때문에 감사하고 웃는 모습이 예쁜 사람들.
Right. So basically, when it comes to his fans, one thing that he notices and thinks about is the way they smile at him. I think it really encourages him and reminds him to really become a better actor. And that's why when it comes to fans, it is the smile. I think it's a two-way thing, right? He smiles. That's why exactly it's 1, 2, 3, smile. Hauna, 둘, 셋, smile. It is a tour, okay? So there you have it. This is the Q&A question. Our Q&A question has come to an end. 여기까지 Q&A 시간을 가져보았습니다. So I'm sure that you still have a lot of things planned for the fan meeting later, and we can't wait to see you tonight at the Megastar Arena. 이 팬 미팅을 위해 많은 준비를 하셨을 거라고 생각하는데요. 오늘 저녁 메가스타 아레나에서 열릴 팬 미팅 정말 기대가 됩니다. 네. So before maybe we wrap up, I think we still want him here just for a little bit. Is there anything more you'd like to say to 선호하다 that you maybe will meet later today in your fan meeting? Okay, 마무리하기 전에 이따가 여기 팬 미팅에서 만날 선호하다 분들에게 하고 싶은 말씀이 있으신지?
사랑합니다. 일단 너무 감사하고 저도 감사해요. 제가 여기 오겠다고 약속을 했죠, 그죠? 근데 왔고 그래서 너무 기분이 좋고요, 다행이라고 생각하고 사실 뭐 준비한다고 준비했는데 제가 원래 사람이 좀 어설퍼서 부족한 점이 있으니까 좀 귀엽게 봐주시고 그래도 최선을 다해서 할 테니까 네 같이 함께 좋은 추억 만들고 가셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Well, I know I did prepare some stuff, but of course, I'm a little clumsy. So, but of course, I try my best to prepare everything. But of course, I wish you will enjoy the fan meeting later as much as you can. That is, of course, before saying I love you, 사랑합니다. We all know what that means, okay? Sonata, if you're watching this, Kim Seonho, she says 사랑합니다. You've been waiting for him to come. That's why he's here today, okay? Well, okay, that's about it. Okay. So, pointing, yes, anything else you want to... Can everybody just give him a round of applause before we wrap up the show? Alright, and that's it for our press conference today. 여기서 기자회견을 마무리하겠습니다. Okay, I'd like to thank all of you media fans for coming today. We would like to also thank Pavilion Kuala Lumpur for being our venue partner. We'll see you all tonight. Maybe, are you guys coming?
네.
오실 거죠?
네.
아싸.
아싸.
Alright, okay, maybe we will say goodbye to you, okay? And let's give him a round of applause again before he makes a leap, okay? And have a great day, everyone. And this is Mr. Kim Seonho. Round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Kim Seonho, for your time. We'll see you back in a bit. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Bye-bye. Thank you for spending your time with us today.